journey, not a destination. There are no mistakes, just chances we've taken. Lay down your regrets, 'cause all we have is now. Wake up in the morning and get out of bed. Start making mental listing.
It's Wednesday, the 10th of February, 2021. Hello and welcome to Joe News at 6 with me, Bernice Abubedulansa. The news at 6 is live on Joy 99.7 and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. It's also on Love 99.5 in Kumasi. Affiliates across Ghana, including Might FM, Tamale Bidram FM, Northeast and Savannah regions, and worldwide at myjoyonline.com. Coming up, strict COVID measures rolled out as Parliament's Appointments Committee begins vetting of President Akufo Addo's ministerial nominees this morning.
There's pressure on us to rearrange and bring the education minister because of COVID-related issues in schools and so on. So.
Education Minister Designate Dr. Yaw Duchum is among the first to appear before the committee to answer questions on the sector's performance and plans for improvement amid the COVID-19 pandemic. We hear the expectation of some MPs.
That the vetting will be done such that will be in the interest of the state.
The temperament of every single nominee ought to be tested.
Migrants from Nigeria who managed to enter Ghana through illegal routes arrested by the Ghana Immigration Service.
Later in business, Ghana receives 25 million euros from Germany so far as COVID-19 relief package, more from the German ambassador to Ghana in 15 minutes.
And police guns down a suspected armed robber and arrest two others after a shootout at a block factory in Hartro. Details as they mount a search for one of them who escaped during the incident. Thanks for choosing us. We are home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. Details now. Parliament's Appointments Committees beginning the vetting of President Akufo Addo's ministerial nominees this morning, with strict COVID-19 protocols introduced to curb the spread of the virus. As part of measures, only 4 persons will be allowed to accompany the nominee, whilst all media personnel wishing to cover the event have been told to do so from their offices, as the state broadcaster GBC provides feed to the other media organizations. Michael Ikwesi Parker-Wilson, who is covering Parliament for us, will join us shortly with details of these measures. But first, listen to Chairman of the committee, Joseph Osei-Owusu, who says due to the surge in COVID-19 cases, the committee expects the nominees to appear before the committee just with their spouses.
This time we're going to be very strict, very, very strict. First, already Parliament itself, we have challenges. And so even the press, we are restricting it to just the one who can take the feed and share with others.
I see.
Yes, because as much as possible, we want to reduce the risk to members and to visitors.
So, like, how many persons are you talking about here for a candidate?
Well, we expect the candidate to come alone to the chamber. We originally announced 5, but it may not be possible in view of the escalation of the challenges we have in Parliament. We may even reduce that unless a candidate and a spouse.
Well, Michael Ikwesi Parker-Wilson, who's covering Parliament for us, joins us with more details. So, Parker, there's a bit of confusion here. First, they say in that statement released that they will allow 4 persons, and also they say the nominee will appear before the committee with just their spouse. Can you clarify that for us?
Okay, so my conversation with the chairman of the Appointment Committee was before the release of the statement. So I spoke to him around 3 p.m. when he gave me that information. But later in the evening, Director of Public Affairs for Parliament, Madam Addo, released a statement to indicate that only 4 invitees will accompany the nominee. So as it stands, we know that only 4 persons will accompany the nominee for today's vetting or subsequent vetting going forward. Of course, before, a number of individuals accompanied their candidate, chiefs, and party supporters. Now, because of COVID-19, they have reduced them to only 4. So today and going forward, only 4 people will just accompany the candidate.
Right. And what are we expecting before the committee today?
Well, so today we are expecting expecting the health minister designate and also the national security minister designate that was earlier advertised. But yesterday, my conversation with the chairman of the committee, Joseph Usu, again, he observed that because of the surge in COVID-19 cases within some schools, it is also important that they invite the Minister for Education designate so that he'll also come answer questions on how they are safeguarding or containing the spread of the virus within the schools.
At the committee level, we try to consider and use some arrangements.
Okay.
Which are the ministries that are in urgent need of a minister.
Okay.
Now, there's pressure on us to rearrange and bring the education minister because of COVID-related issues in schools and so on. So I'm going to consult my ranking member and discuss if we can rearrange to bring the education minister on the first day as well. We originally decided we'll do 2 a day, but looks like that may take too long for government to be able to get its team to work. So we are reviewing some of the stunts back.
The chairman of Parliament's Appointments Committee, Joseph Osei-Wusu, some members of Parliament have been sharing their expectations ahead of the vote. And listen to MP for New Jabin South, Michael Otrib-Befi, MP for Nshiasi, Stephen Amo, and MP for Tamale Central, Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed.
For now, I guess everybody who has been nominated by the President to be a Minister of State is well prepared for that exercise tomorrow. I'm so sure and confident that they'll be able to perform so well and do their best.
All the stakeholders involved will put the nation first. That the vetting will be done such that it will be in the interest of the state. Those that are going to be vetted should prove that in terms of ability, in terms of capability, they are ready for the jobs. And those who are going to vet them should also prove to the world that, yes, they know what they mean.
Away from Parliament, the Volta Regional Command of the Ghana Immigration Service has arrested 70 Nigerians who entered Ghana through unapproved routes. 51 of them were intercepted at the Isikuma border post, while the remaining 19 were spotted at the whole main lorry station on the dawn of Tuesday, the 9th of February. They were preparing to travel to the national capital, Accra. The Volta Region Immigration Commander Peter Clava Nantuo described the development as worrying, as restrictions instituted to curb the spread of the coronavirus are being violated.
What will happen is that once they were intercepted, only this dawn, we will send them to Aflao for them to be quarantined for the 14 days per the provisions of the EI, per the law. Beyond that, we will have concluded investigations as to whether they will be deported or prosecuted. But for now, we are not there yet. The immediate action is that for safety reasons, health-wise, we'll send them for quarantining for the 14 days.
You have the Volta Regional Immigration Commander Peter Clava Nantuo. Now, the police has gunned down a suspected armed robber and arrested 2 others after a shootout at a block factory in Hacho. A statement released indicates that it picked up information that a group of armed robbers were planning to rob the owner of the block factory. The team therefore laid ambush in the area to forestall that plan. My colleague and editor, Fred Smith, joins me in studio with more on this incident. So, Fred, the robbers attacked the block factory. Can you tell us the time when the police was put on alert?
Well, according to the statement, on the 8th of February 2021 at about 11:30 a.m., whilst the police team had laid ambush in the neighborhood, 4 men besieged the premises of the company under the pretext of engaging in a business transaction and insisted on seeing the chief executive of the block factory. In the process, they pulled out pistols and they took the men hostage amid sporadic shooting on the premises. And the police then moved in and there were some exchanges. In the process, one of them was killed, 2 arrested, but one of them managed to escape amidst firing.
Do we have any information on those arrested and what has happened since?
Well, those who've been arrested are Christian Anagbra, aged 38, and Emmanuel Gavot, aged 53. Upon interrogations, they admitted their involvement in the attempted robbery and mentioned the one at large as Isaac. Police has retrieved a Millennium pistol with 5 rounds of ammunition, and there's a seized robber who was named, whose name was given as Julius Duvo, has been deposited at the police morgue for preservation.
But we understand, Fred, finally, that there was another incident in the area before this one.